Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negro. Um, for those who are not familiar with the channel, the reason why I call it that is that we deal with everyday issues and we try to find solutions to those issues. Unfortunately, not everyone uses logic. So right now we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope and Twitter. Now, before I let my guests in, I just want to make a couple announcements. First of all, we're still going to be we're going to be soon completing season one of Uncommon Sense. December December the 21st will be the final live stream for season one. I'm going to take a week off so I can relax. I might put on some short videos. Um, Also, what I'm going to ask the moderators, please, if you see anybody that's putting any inappropriate comments in the chat, please do due diligence. You have my permission to block them. So, because this is a clown-free channel. So, season two of Our Common Sense will begin next month on the first Tuesday in January, unless otherwise announced. Now, before I let my guests come in, I'm just going to state the disclaimer. The views of the guests may not reflect the views of the channel or the host. Any attempt to copy the material without the permission of the guest Jose Negron or okay, see, that's about three small. And we got dear Lord. Well, in other words, just don't copy the material, just copy out my permission. And some views may be offensive to others. If you don't like the channel, you can block the channel. So now I'm going to let. Good evening, Denise.
Hello. How are you?
Good evening. How are you doing today?
I am good. How about you?
Okay. I didn't know Brotep would have his channel the same night I have. So we might have to cut this short depending what the situation is.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
I would appreciate it. First of all, how was your day?
It was good. It was a little hectic, but it was a productive day for the most part.
Okay. So as you just heard, we're gonna have a season two of Uncommon.
Yeah, I heard it.
So of course I'm gonna ask the moderators to do their due diligence if they see anybody acting out of line, whether it be in the comments or over talking the panelists, to do what moderators do. Because I want to keep this a clown-free channel. We have too many channels where they have the clowns running the circus. Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always said it.
So right now, we're going to get into the topic, which is New Year's resolutions. Should we do them? Now, I don't know how long this has been going on. I know this has been going on for a long time, and usually it usually happens towards the end of December, and sometimes they think of very lofty goals for the new year. But I think what's the problem is some people they don't think about those lofty goals. So, what's your take on the subject?
Well, I mean, I did some research like before, like when you mentioned earlier, that you were going to do a stream regarding if we should make New Year's resolutions. And I found out that resolutions towards the end of the year, or like the beginning of a new year, have started being made in the 17th century.
Interesting.
So yeah. And not only one something that I have noticed is that even in the 17th century, like a lot, there was a lot of skepticism with people making New Year's resolutions because a lot of people never seem to keep them up,
I see.
you know. So it's the same problem that we're having right now. Like, for example, I don't make New Year's resolutions anymore because before I even started my relationship, like I've always been determined. Like when I want to do something. Hi, JS. I've always been determined when I want to do something that I actually want to do. However, sometimes, we set standards in life that we work really hard to get. And that's something that I learned when I moved out here to this country. You
Mhm.
might want to live up to certain things and you're going to do everything that it takes. But in life, it's natural to lose a lot of times. It has happened to everybody. Failure is part of, life. So I have failed a lot and I have, also succeeded a lot in many things that I wanted to do. Now, the thing is that sometimes it would take for people. I think the problem doesn't lie necessarily in the resolutions per se.
Mhm.
I stopped making resolutions. I do more like a mental visitation of my belief system. And that's something that I learned, several years ago. When I started doing yoga and meditation and stuff like that, I learned how to just analyze myself a little bit, like ask me questions and see what the answer was. Sometimes the answer was all messed up, but most of the times, I would get like answers. But the problem is not in the resolution. The problem was that in life sometimes we don't understand that things are not necessarily going to go our way. Failure is part of that journey, and most people, what happens is what we were talking last week on your episode of depression. Basically, a lot of people will just get disappointed on themselves and get stuck in life
Okay.
because they fell in love with the resolution or their goal or expectation.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to welcome the one, the only, the introvert Boricua, which also
And
has a new channel. So I would encourage everyone to please subscribe, and if you want to listen to some quality content, you can get it from my follow Boricua. Uh, Ramon.
Thank you, don José. Gracias por dejarme estar en su panel.
No,
Sí, can you hear me?
yeah, es un placer para mí.
Okay. Yeah, for a moment there was a bit of a lag, but I wanted to say hello and hola, Denis. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Todo bien? Aquí
¿cómo
estamos.
estás, Ramón?
Ah, she's-
Esta vez, por lo menos esta vez, sí nos podemos escuchar.
todo bien, chica. Todo bien. Aquí
Uh,
estamos en la brega. Ya tú sabes cómo.
okay. Good evening, Morena. It's always a pleasure to see you. So, Ramon, what you think about the topic?
Yes. Well, admittedly, I've never been very good at making resolutions, New Year's resolutions, because I will have to kind of like write them down, and because if not, I will forget about them. But it's kind of like New Year's clean out at home physically. But I know that the end of the year, it has a tendency to be more about reflection as to the things that have happened in the previous year and what the experiences that one has had and what can one learn about them and what can we do different. Of course, that's something that is worth thinking about and actually making a decision about. most of the time people make New Year's resolutions, but they don't follow through them. The typical one, the most common one, is about trimming down, losing weight, getting in shape, things like that. Most people make that resolution for the new year, especially after the holidays, because one has a tendency to eat more than the usual and drink more than the usual.
Believe me, I'm guilty of that. So that's my confession. So, but you see, I have a different approach. I don't look at it as resolution. I look at it as goals, and there's certain parts of the. Oh, we just lost Ramon.
The New Year tips took him.
Okay, but there's certain times of the year that I like to use for reflection, like the Advent season, also Lent. For those of you who are not Christian, those are seasons in the Christian calendar. Yeah, you're right. Oh, JS. What I do is I try to take an honest look at my situation, and I try to see what can I do that is realistically within my means to do so. What's your comment on that?
But you have to you have to look at it like this, Jose. For you, it might be easier to do realistic resolutions because you have more wisdom than us. Like, we don't necessarily have had the life experience that you have to actually say, hey, this is reality for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we're young, you still have that untested level of like a level of untested I would say desire or thrive. Life is a learning experience. Like when you're a teenager, you think you know everything, and life teaches you eventually that you didn't knew shit. And that the more you start learning that, and the more mistakes you keep making in life and you keep learning from them, the more you will attune your expectations of reality and where you really are positioned. And that comes with wisdom and age.
Well, I mean, the age, I cannot help the fact I'm 59. But just because a person gets older does not necessarily mean to become more wiser.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So, Ramon, it looks like the mix are trying to go after you.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. So some denomination of thefts were coming after me.
The New Year tips.
Yeah. Oh, that's the new one, the New Year tip?
New Year tips, Christmas tips.
Well, okay.
Oh, yeah. It's an ever-expanding list and variations. And they're kind of like a virus, like a new strain of a virus, a variation, a new type.
You mean like Omicron?
Yeah, like Ramon. Yeah. Look, you know how there's variants? It's like the C19 variants. We have the Hotep variants that have translated into all these teps. The Hispano teps, the snow teps, the slow teps, correct teps, femo teps, divest teps.
And I think you mentioned the welfare teps.
Yeah, look, JS just created another one, 2022 teps.
Well, let me just tell you already, I have 7 likes.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll make sure to add one when I can. But maybe not right now because I don't know what happened there. I had to close the YouTube tab. But I'm gonna add a like. I assure you.
I would appreciate it. And also, as you can see, the information about the Cash App is out there. Should anyone be so inclined to make a donation, you don't have to do it, but it would be greatly, deeply appreciated.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
what I was saying, I know that I got cut off, and I was in the middle of saying something about the New Year's resolutions. How a lot of people make New Year's resolutions and don't go through them. I think it happens for most people. I know that I haven't been very good at that myself. The most typical resolution will be kind of like trimming down after the holidays because one feels a little guilty after all the indulging that one has a tendency to do at the end of the year. All of us do it, and I know that I do it, and I'm looking forward to it because I know that I have kind of like a little bit of an event coming up that has to do with my coworkers, and one of them is from the island too. So we're gonna be having our arroz con gandules and coquito. I'm gonna make some myself, and
Oh boy, you're
so
making me hungry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Los pasteles y guineitos en escabeche and
Man,
things like that.
I haven't eaten pasteles in so long.
Okay, you are in New York.
You have not eaten
excuse.
pasteles?
You don't have an excuse, Don Jose, because I'm sure that there is some type of a bodega, Puerto Rican bodega, where they have them. And you can
Okay,
get
you
them
know
well
what? I would
frozen.
have but the problem is I'm gonna have to go to my own neighborhood to do it because I don't see any in Parkchester.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
I forgot.
remember he's in.
You have to go
Parkchester.
outside of Parkchester. My bad. I
Yeah,
forgot.
remember Jose is, in the jewel. The
Yeah.
jewel of
He's
the Bronx.
upscale now. He's upscale.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't know our, us simple mortals.
yeah.
He doesn't.
All of us.
Jose, I mean Ramon. He doesn't interact with people of our nature. He's
Yeah, with the plebeians like us,
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay,
Poppers.
excuse me. You should know me better than that. So come on, don't even go there.
Peons like us,
Look,
peons
Yeah.
like us,
look,
plebeians
I
like
have
us.
only 35 subs, so I cannot say I made it.
literally. I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna say
Alright.
it. Okay. I live in the West Coast. I can count with my hand
Yes.
how many Puerto Ricans I have met here with my hand, and I will have fingers left.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I have managed to
Yeah, but
harass.
Jacobo was one of them, right?
Yeah, Jacob. Jacob is from Puerto Rico. Is the only one is part of that group. And let me tell you something. I have managed to harass
Yeah, but
the
he's in
little Puerto
California. He
Ricans.
said something about living over in the West Coast.
I think that's how they label it, Ramon. But literally, I have managed to harass
Okay.
the small population here of Puerto Ricans that make pasteles, and I have managed every Christmas to have pasteles. So Jose, if I have managed to do so, and this year we're actually doing an assembly line for pasteles out here, nosotros los boricuas, because we're fed up.
Yes.
So
you
Jose,
know-
I don't
Yeah.
understand you, Jose.
But you know what? If you was living in New York, you would never have that problem.
Well, you don't.
But
eat
you're having that
pasteles and
problem,
you're in
Don
New York.
Jose. But you don't
Yeah.
eat pasteles and you're in New York. You don't have an excuse.
It's just that.
Ramon, I think he will be from that group that puts ketchup.
Oh, no, Don
No,
Jose. Don
no,
Jose, don't tell
no,
me.
I do
Say
not
it
do
ain't so, Don Jose. Say it
do
ain't
not
so
do
that you
that. I
put
am not-
ketchup on
I am not that Americanized.
He's gonna be part of that
ketchup on
group.
pasteles. No.
No. I do not. No.
People that do that have been disconnected from the culture for too long. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's something that it doesn't go with ketchup, people.
No.
And I want people to understand that. Another thing that doesn't go, that's a stream that we can make for Christmas, okay? Another thing that doesn't go in pasteles is freaking raisins. I love you, my puertorriqueños.
I don't know anything about that. Ugh.
Los pasteles
No.
no llevan freaking pasas. It doesn't
Well,
taste
No,
good.
el arroz con dulce.
El
Es el arroz
dulce
con
sí.
dulce lo que lleva pasa.
Well,
Pero
literally,
los
I have
pasteles
spoke.
no.
part of our Puerto Rican group here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We have come together for like little get-togethers and whatnot. And because I was making some pinchos and you know, some of my friends wanted to try them and whatnot, but we were talking about this whole topic, and literally in the metropolitan area, people seem to not know that some people in the interior part of the island does put raisins on the pasteles. That's what happens on El Campo, Ramon.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you know, you're more on Jose's lane here, being more pushed and sophisticated, and you know, a city boy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to eat my mother's pasteles. Unfortunately, my mother is not with us in body, but she's with us in spirit. Oh,
Yeah, JS, it's the same thing. I have tried those. My fellow African Americans, please don't put raisins on the potato salad. That's one of the favorite things that I love to eat. Don't put raisins. It tastes just amazing without it. Thank you.
Yeah, but with the potato salad, the Puerto Rican potato salad, they put little slices of apple slices. I'm not a fan of that. I will admit.
The apple, look, I'm gonna tell you something. The apple slices is something that's tolerable, not wanted.
Yeah.
I personally don't do that because to me that is gross. But
no,
it doesn't taste crazy like a freaking raisin on a pastel or a freaking raisin in the potato salad. You know, like, it's gross. Raisins look like fleas.
You know, I'm curious. I wonder how peanut butter on pasteles would taste like.
Come again?
Peanut butter on pasteles.
What?
No. That way too Americanized.
Yeah, you are. Oh my God!
Don't do that around me. Don't do that around me, or we're gonna have a problem.
Jose, you're a gringo.
No,
I am so.
Peanut butter and jelly. Even though I don't eat it, that's fine. Peanut butter and jelly.
I eat it.
That's the only combination we can do.
I eat the peanut butter and jelly. I'm guilty.
That's fine. That's fine.
Is it good?
But not on pasteles. What the hell?
No. Don't touch my pasteles. My pasteles go just with the pastel. Just like that. It doesn't need no peanut butter. It doesn't need nothing like that. So please, no. Please, I'm begging. Don't put peanut butter on pasteles, okay? It doesn't go there. It's the same thing when people puts like lemon zest on the oatmeal in Puerto Rico.
That just don't do it.
What happened? What?
Ramón, ¿tú has probado cuando ponen cáscara de limón en la avena, like lemon zest on the oatmeal?
I never heard of it.
Oh my God! Then you guys are not. Es que Ramón
no, I don't think I want to try it.
Oh my God! Okay, I grew up eating this thing.
Yo soy del área metro, sí.
Yo soy de las montañas. I'm from the mountains. And, you know, we're different a little bit. You know, we tweak things here and there. But that's something that is well known to be done. Yeah, bien jíbara, Dios mío. Créeme. En cuando llegué aquí, más jíbara todavía. But anyway.
Well, you know, you're not going to believe this, but when I was growing up, my mother used to make corned beef and French fries together.
You are very, very American, and we need to baptize you again, but on a beach in Puerto Rico. Like you are literally a white person trapped and possessing a Boricua. Jose, the real you, if you're trapped in there, wink your left eye. Please, let us know that you need help. We know Brad has possessed you. We know that.
Wow.
You love the cold.
Wow.
You know, you love the snow. You know.
Snow I don't like.
You don't like snow?
No.
You know, you love the cold.
Pasteles con peanut butter. Pasteles
Yeah,
con
pasteles with
con
peanut
mantequilla de maní,
butter,
what the hell?
and then for breakfast, potatoes
Oh,
with
God.
corned beef.
No,
Please.
that's for
No.
dinner.
No, Jesus Christ. Hell no. And we need arroz.
Yeah,
Un arrocito
papa
con
frita.
habichuela. We
French
need un
fries
arroz.
with corned beef. Like what?
Yeah.
What?
No. We need un arrocito con habichuela, con
Yeah,
aguacatito por el
arroz blanco con
lado.
corned beef. Esa es
Eso
la que
sí,
es.
con y unos amarillitos o maicitos. That's more
Yeah.
down our lane.
You're not going to believe this, but my mother, God rest her soul,
Yeah.
when she was pregnant
That's
with
more
me,
like it.
when she was pregnant with me, she ate a lot of corned beef. So therefore, I guess that's how I got it.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what? I haven't eaten corned beef in years. So there's
Thank
no
God. Thank God. If that's how you eat it, thank God.
Okay, well, good. Because you don't want to. Because you don't want to.
It's too salty. It's too salty.
Not the way we cook it.
No.
Not the way we
No,
cook
I
it.
don't remember it being overly salty.
But remember, I'm close to 60, so
Not the way we
Well,
cook
you have to
it.
watch for it. Yeah.
well, when I maybe
Yeah, but at least once a year, Jose. Once a year. Look, you
Just a little
go.
bit. Just a little bit. You have
yeah.
a little bit today and another little bit next week or something. You make sure that you store it well in the fridge in a peanut butter casito de peanut butter vacío.
Look,
I mean repurposed to put away
repurpose the butter container.
the butter container in a
And put
repurposed
it-
butter
look.
container.
Your best
I did that.
friend, Jose, your best friend, when you don't want to eat stuff like that, it will always be the freezer, because the freezer stops the decomposition of food. So you cook this meal today and you want to eat it again in several days, then you freeze the decomposition time in the freezer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done it with rice. I've done it with beans. I've done it with several things, especially when you're going to do a roman posteado. You have to save that. It's safer to save it in the freezer.
Okay. Now, let's see if we can get back to the original topic. I mean, all this talk about food is going to make me hungry and whatnot.
Yeah, well, go get yourself some pasteles. Go to the old neighborhood and get yourself
Yeah.
some pasteles.
It will have
Keep
to be
the tradition, man.
No, buy it from your local doña.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's how we do it in Puerto Rico.
Okay, but I live in Parkchester, so therefore I will have to go to my own neighborhood.
Come on,
Parkchester.
Jose, you keep reminding us that you are in Parkchester. You have to
Yeah,
go out of
you are
Parkchester.
literally in the heart of the Bronx. Now go to the lungs of the Bronx. Go to véalo en vez del corazón del Bronx. Ve a los pulmones. Entonces compra allí from your local doña some, like, at least a dozen of pasteles.
Okay, pero tú sabes que no todo el mundo sepa cómo preparar pasteles muy bien.
Tienes que buscar a alguien que te recomiende, obviamente, porque hay gente media no tan limpia que hacen pasteles y eso sí yo no me los como. Pero
No se
o que
lavan
los
las
hacen
manos.
malos.
No, pero tú
Los
sabes,
hacen
mira,
malos.
yo todavía yo conozco personas que viven en mi
Vecindario.
Sí, entonces yo puedo a llamar para decir a dónde yo puedo conseguir pasteles.
Absolutely. Así es que nosotros lo hacemos en Puerto Rico. En Puerto Rico nosotros, pues tú conoces a alguien que conoce a alguien que hace unos pasteles pero bien, bien ricos. Entonces tú lo compras de esa persona y siempre preguntamos, ¿esa persona es limpia? Vamos a la casa, vemos bien el piso.
Sí. For the benefit of those in the audience who does not speak Spanish.
They do.
Okay.
They know what we're talking. It's pasteles is basically like, I'm sorry to compare it to this because it has no comparison. It's like a Puerto Rican tamale. Okay, it's just that tamales is with corn, which I don't like, and us is with plantain, pumpkin. It can be with yuca, yautía, whatever other
Yeah,
roots. It's like a mix of roots with actual plantain. So now you guys know.
yeah, it
Not
has a
just
lot of
with
root,
plantain,
root
but also the
produce,
In
root
fact,
produce like the sancocho.
what I'll do is next week I'll make a special trip to my own neighborhood to buy some pasteles.
film it. Film it. We want receipts and proof.
Yeah, we want to see it. We want to see
You,
it. We want to see
you
them
mean you don't
pasteles.
take my word for it?
Yeah, I take your word for it. But I want to see that you're actually eating it. I want you to record how you're cooking it and eating it.
Okay.
You need to go back to your roots and,
Yeah,
represent us in Parkchester.
yeah, it
Okay.
has to be with the arroz con gandules. El pastel con el arroz
Yeah.
con gandules.
With go buy some pigeon peas, and
Green
go
pigeon peas.
make
Yeah,
your
make your own arroz con gandules with the guineitos en escabeche. You can get some.
Oops.
I mean, uh-oh, it's starting to act him up again.
No. What it is
This is a little bit informal or semi-formal. All right. We're not.
no, it's
I'd like
bro
to say
tips.
that
It
this
bro
is
tips
more-
on live stream.
oh yeah, he's just started.
Make sure it's still working. Make sure our sound is okay. All these other different things that go on. All right. But
Yeah, but we
get
can.
caught with our
We can
pants
get
down
back to
all
it.
the way, shall we?
You know what? Let me just close that panel because I don't want. Okay, because I don't want. Okay. Well, what I'll do is, we'll.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Okay. So,
All right.
no, like I said, Ramon, I will make a trip to the old neighborhood to buy some pasteles, maybe some. Let's see what else. Acopuria.
Alcapurria. Yeah, that's beach food.
Alcapurrias, yeah.
Y
Yeah.
bacalaíto frito.
Bacalaíto, alcapurrias, pionono, guineos
well-
en escabeche.
Okay, hold it. We're talking about all that greasy stuff, so there's only a limit of greasy stuff I can eat.
Yeah, well, it's greasy, but it's delicious because it's greasy. Unfortunately,
Yes.
I mean, you have
Everything-
to be in moderation.
Look,
Oh, and
everything that we eat is fried. Most of the things is if it's not fried, is boiled.
Oh, and of course I gotta have some tres leches cake.
That's not
No,
That-
tembleque,
no.
tembleque, don José.
tembleque, arroz con dulce,
Yeah,
un flan de queso
yeah.
o un flan de
Yeah.
calabaza o de vainilla.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Those are things that should be more down your lane.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Un pudín.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are more like
Okay, I see. Well, I will make a trip anyway. Right now, we have 6 people actually watching the channel. I just want to say that I appreciate. I mean, I might have to rethink about changing the day. Changing the day of my live stream because since I have subscribed to ProTep's channel, so
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, so he's doing live streams at the same time you do?
Yes. And now we got Rakim, our brother from nearby Chicago.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello.
what's going on, guys? My
What's
boy
happening?
Ramon, my sister
Hi.
Yeah.
niece,
what's up,
and my
Rakim?
YouTube
Hey,
dad,
would you just-
Jose.
Were you just on another live stream?
Yeah, I was on Chez's live stream.
Right.
Chez
Because I
Friday,
was
yep.
I had it playing and I was in the other room and I heard a voice, somebody calling up, and I was like, okay, that voice sounds familiar. That might be my dude.
Yeah, that
Rakim.
was me.
And
that was
sure
me.
enough, yeah.
That was
Like
definitely me.
Rakim letting himself known, making himself
Yeah.
heard. That's good. That's good. Because
Yeah,
I know that you have
definitely,
called up
definitely.
to Chantel. I know you have called him up.
Yep,
That's good.
yep, definitely. Yes, I forgot. I almost forgot, Jose, that your live stream was tonight. I was thinking about the last message that you had sent me, but that was for next week, so I
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
call in
yeah,
and come
yeah,
and support.
yeah. It's gonna be earlier. It's gonna be on 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, and actually we're gonna have a special guest. Tim Delgado will share his words of wisdom with us.
That
Uh,
would be great. That would be
Yeah,
great.
that would be
because
really good.
because we're gonna have a part two. I really would have,
Oh,
appreciate some,
really? Really? Yeah. 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 I know who he is.
you know.
Cool.
Uh, you guys kind of miss the beginning. December the 21st will be the end of season 1 of Uncommon Sense, and season 2 will begin on the first Tuesday or the first week in January. And of course, my moderators are given full permission to block anyone who enter any inappropriate comics in the chat, or they get disrupted to the stream.
Hey, make sure that there are people that have already been kind of like subscribed to your channel for some time. I know that there is kind of like a filter based on that. There is a feature that is based on that, of filtering people that want to jump in and they're not even subscribed, something like that.
Actually, I'm doing it for the first time, and this helped me to set it up.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, it's
That's good.
to keep the if we're gonna trolls are gonna be there, but if we're gonna get if you want to troll, at least subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
at least show support.
Exactly, because you're watching this and it's entertaining you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here trolling.
Well, something.
Yeah.
I took a look of the analytics, and at least 75% of the people who view the stream are not even subscribers.
Yeah, that has it. Get the subscriptions up.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, look,
They need to stop faking it. They know that they're fans. They know that they follow you. They need to subscribe and hit the like or the dislike. I think the dislike helps too.
well, okay. Well, of course, I'm not gonna be like King123 and blather about Mr. BBC. I'm not going to talk about making the DR white again. I'm not going to talk about the 3 rules and the bringing.
And Cristo Rey.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
Yeah. It was only recently that I heard that term, Cristo Rey, whatever.
Okay. Well,
I told you, look, it comes from so many different people. I've heard that from like at least 15 people.
Oh,
And
really?
it's all over this community, the Cristo Rey mentality.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
those are
okay,
the
well-
Spain worshippers.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, you guys know I am a Christian. Okay. The difference is I try to be more, how can I put it, non-judgmental.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly honest, when I see some of those individuals, it makes me want to cringe, and it makes me want to take away, their Christian card.
Oh, you know what, Jose? I just view them as pitiful. It's a lot of pitiful souls on here, man. We've all had that conversation before. It's a lot of. I give you a perfect example. I remember reading an article about this chick. She used to have a gossip page. I don't know if she's still around. Her name was Nicole Bitchy. I don't know, excuse my language, but I don't know if you guys remember that. She used to, and it was called NicoleBitchy.com, and it was a gossip site. And she gave the perfect description on why she created her platform. And it was because at one point in time she didn't have any money. She was broke. She was miserable living in her aunt's house. And she just used to troll celebrities and talk crap about people because she was miserable. Mm-hmm. And then she started realizing that once she got money, she wasn't as miserable anymore. Or once she was working towards something or some type of goal to make sure that she was living comfortable, she wasn't as miserable anymore. Even God, I can't think of the guy's name. He's all over the place. It was just one guy I was watching on YouTube where he said, you know, he used to hate like when people bought the kids those hoverboards. He like, I saw all of these people buy the kids these hoverboards, and I was like, you guys going out spending all this damn money on hoverboards when it's people starving. He was like, but I was just hateful because I was broke. And the same people that I talked down about, as soon as I got some money, I bought my kids those same hoverboards. So it goes to show you, it's just that a lot of people are miserable. A lot of people are upset. They don't they don't know their purpose in life. You know, they lack self-confidence.
They're hating, but it's because of their own problems. It's because yeah.
But you know,
Yeah. It's because they were having their own problems, so they needed to vent by hating on others. The people are like that.
well, you know, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Sometimes I watch Kim 123 because I needed a good laugh and listen to him blather on. But you know what? He is, you know, he is in desperate need of therapy.
Okay,
Yeah,
is he talking about
it's
something else, or is he talking about the same thing?
It's the same thing. I mean,
Oh,
look. Let's say something. He'll change the title a little bit. It'll be something to the fact how black people going over to Latin America and smashing women, blah blah blah, and then he'll go on talking about how American males are ugly, blah 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 blah. That's
oh, it
basically.
remind me. It reminds me of certain other content creator, but this one is a female who is always talking about the same thing. Huh, Rakim?
yeah. Yeah. But you know what? And you know,
She does the same thing.
but you know, you got to understand, guys, too. It's a market for this. You know, unfortunately, I don't think Kim may be tapping into that market, but it is a market if you are able to present people in a negative light. If you're able to,
Yeah.
you know, create content that a lot of these people agree with.
Okay.
So, and that's what you're seeing on YouTube now. You're seeing a lot of people that just want to hear a certain narrative so they don't have to work on their own problems as men, as women, and they can justify why they're in a messed up position in life. And they're willing to give money that they could be advancing their lives with to these people just to hear this message. And it's always been like that. You have a lot of people that, you know, follow that. I mean, look at the guy Derek Jackson. You know, he was willing to lie to women to be able to get followers and get money, and turns out he was exposed that he wasn't living what he was preaching in his personal life. So, you know, it's people like that, and there's a lot of miserable people. And I would say too, we have to be careful on what we consume on YouTube and what we consume in social media, because it can turn around and affect your psyche in real life. Because, you know, just the fact that even if it's something that you don't agree with, the fact that it's being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, you can start just like, it can start being in the back of your mind, even though you know it's hogwash and it's nothing but negative rhetoric. It can still be in the back of your mind, and that's the way media works. It's just you know, media on the internet. A lot of these people have become their own media, where no matter how ignorant they are, no matter how idiotic or stupid that these people are, they can still put out a message because they have a phone or they have a laptop and they have a microphone where they can voice their own stupidity and attract other people that's on that same level of stupid as them. So,
Okay. So, Joaquin, what is your thought
Yeah.
about regarding New
Yeah.
Year's resolutions?
well, I got my New Year's resolution set up. I want to do more traveling. When I was younger, you know, God rest my grandmother's soul, she wanted to travel, and I wanted to do traveling with her. And one of the first places that I do want to go to is the island of Puerto Rico, because she used to tell me so much about the island due to her visit. She was back and forth, and also different parts of the Caribbean and different parts of Africa and Europe. I would love to start making plans, even if it's just one trip for the New Year's. I want to get out there and see different cultures and see how the customs and how other people live outside the United States. You know, learn more about history outside the United States and various things like that. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions, and I think it's important for people to have plans to just try to do something that will make a person, you know, set goals and different things like that to accomplish, that'll make a person have, you know, a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, happiness, you know, just so you can, you know, or advancement in life, so you can enjoy life and live it to the fullest.
Okay. Say, Joaquin, when are you gonna have your own channel?
I'll be having my own channel by the end of this month.
Okay. I'll be looking forward to it. Ramon, do you have an idea when you're gonna do another stream?
That's something we're working on it. We're working on it, and we already, Joaquin and I already have an idea as to what is gonna be the next one. Probably by tomorrow, Joaquin. We already talked a little bit about that, but
yes, definitely.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about doing that tonight, but you had your stream, so I didn't want it to conflict. So I'm gonna make sure to kind of like maybe have a couple of visual aids here and there, but we're gonna have one topic that we're gonna start with, but it's gonna go somewhere else, and it might link into other subjects that somewhat have to do with the main subject. But I think that tomorrow evening should be a good time for doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll let you know. Definitely, I'll let you know. I'm gonna send you the link, and if the setup works properly, maybe I can get you to join in.
Okay, I really would appreciate it. Now I'm gonna be honest. I do have a couple goals. I mean, of course, next year I plan to go to the DR for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, we all know that our friend Denise is getting married, so therefore I'm being invited to the wedding. So I plan to attend. She made it perfectly clear she wants me to wear completely black. So hopefully the air conditioning is working somewhat.
You're not gonna need it. You're not gonna need it. Don't be talking about needing air conditioner. It's not gonna be hot. Most likely, it's December after all.
Okay.
Don't start with the Eskimo talk. Like you need to live in an igloo or something.
Well, the good news is it's now 14 days until the first day of winter.
I think winter has arrived already. I think it's arrived already. Even right now, I got a Carhartt jacket, Timberland boots, and a Carhartt hat on, and hoodie. And it's just last night here was 19 degrees. So I think we're there. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys had light winter?
You can say it.
This morning. No,
You can say
this
that.
morning over here it was 36 degrees and I was freezing. I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that wasn't that bad.
And there's nothing worse than if it hits you. Oh yeah, definitely.
With the wind, with that wind chill, nah.
Well, right now it's 39 degrees and it's going down to 35. So that's pleasant. And then tomorrow we might have snow showers. And it's going down to 32 degrees. So maybe by God's grace and mercy, we'll go down to the 20s.
Ew.
Oh man. Oh, Jose.
No.
You're Arctic. You're Arctic.
No, I just like to keep things real cool.
Yeah, it don't get much cooler unless you're going into the negative.
Well, what we're going to do is what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to wrap this up because I would like us to support ProTap's channel. Normally I don't end it this quickly, but it's just that he started a new channel, and it's very important that we do show our support. Okay, just like whenever the introvert Boricua puts on a stream or a video, we need to support his channel. And Joaquin, whenever you decide to create a channel, by all means, we'll be looking forward to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take
Yes.
final statements. We're going to start with the introvert Boricua.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The first thing, as usual, I appreciate you letting me on your panel. And when it comes to the subject, like, it's nice to have kind of like New Year's resolutions, but there is this tendency for people not to go through with them. So I don't know if they are very serious about it. So I don't see the point in making New Year's resolutions if people are not gonna follow through with them. And I will admit that I have been guilty of that myself. So it's like you don't need to wait until the end of the year or the beginning of the new year to make resolutions. Resolutions you can make resolutions when it's really when it's something that you're really determined to do it, and you don't have to wait. Sometimes waiting is a mistake. Sometimes when you really have the drive to make a resolution, to make a change, something that's what you really have to act on it. To hell with waiting until the beginning of a new year. I mean, you act on it when you're having you really have the belief that you can move on it and make it happen and make it an improvement, whatever that is. The most typical, like we were talking about before, the most typical resolution that people make is like trying to lose weight after the holidays because of all the holiday food and drink that they had, and they're feeling the extra pounds on them. But a lot of people that maybe don't follow through on improving when it comes to that. But resolutions can be done at any time of the year. One doesn't have to wait until the beginning of a new year. It can be done at any time. So whenever there is the drive to make a change, that's the time to do it. Waiting. What happens is that then you cannot start thinking about it, and you talk yourself out of making a resolution, out of actually making the change that you need to make.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to put you in the background. Okay. Joaquin, your final thoughts.
Oh, my final thoughts is, Jose, I think Ramon said it all. I think, he made quite a bit of sense saying, like with his final statement. I believe as well that if you do have plans, like me personally, I set resolutions every year, and it's just because I don't know, maybe that's just what everybody else does. So I set resolutions every year, and just like he said, sometimes I follow through with them, sometimes I don't. And I think that's important for anybody. If you have a resolution that you feel that is something that you want to change, it's best to start sooner than later, because when you procrastinate, 2-3 years can go past, and what you initially planned, you never end up fulfilling with, what you were supposed to do. So that's pretty much all I have to say. But I do believe that people should plan resolutions and should follow through with them. And, because every year we're getting older, we're not getting any younger. And you want to, go out there, you want to live your life, and you want to make happy memories, and you want to make memories with people that you love and people that you enjoy their company. So that's all I have to say, and that's my final statement.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Joaquin. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. I'm going to put you in the background. Hold on, please. Now, I'm going to give you my final thoughts. When it comes to resolutions, you don't have to wait until the end of the year to do it. If you wish to make resolutions, what would be a more realistic approach is do some self-analysis of what your situation, and then you plan goals that you try to follow, and trying to make it more realistic. If you think about trying to lose weight, you may want to wait until the after like in the springtime when the weather gets warmer and it'll be easier to go to the gym and whatnot. Now, next week's stream, we're going to be doing part 2 of how to do with profession. We're going to have someone named Tim Dagal who's going to come share with us his expertise. I just want to let everybody know that we will be live Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And of course, I'm going to close the same way I always close. People, please be careful out there because we're still dealing with COVID-19, which has killed almost 800,000 people in this country so far, millions worldwide. And we must do everything we can to limit our contact with the mentally or intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by the stupidity and mass insanity. That being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, and I'm going to say, have a blessed night and peace.